Hey. How you doing? This is Sewa on my little home desk over here. Sweethearts, we are going to 104. This one is going to have a lot of eating to do up here in this business. You understand? I say you're going to have a lot of eating to do up here in this video. So enjoy this tone, okay? Hey, let's give a thanks to the one that made us. Without him, we will not be here. With him, we have everything, and life is possible. It moves forward. Thank you, God, for blessing us in all that we do. In the name of the one that was left slain, thank you and amen. Okay? So, I had a prayer that I sent to the White House. I had the prayer I sent to the White House, and I name it All Men. All Men. Prayer for all men. Okay? They're almost gonna say, "Oh man," or "Amen." That's probably what they are going to say once they saw my prayer. But it was all men, and I got a response back saying that they don't exist. The email said it didn't go through. It don't exist. So I was like, "Oh man, I wanted to really give them some prayers to hang it on their wall over there to see how they can pass by and look at it and say, oh, that's a beautiful prayer that was composed by a lovely lady." But I never got the chance. They never received my prayer. Next time, I'm going to literally make it into a template or something and mail it to them, because where we pick representative to go sit and represent us, we need to have something on the wall that symbolizes faith. Okay, so that's where next time I would do. So let's go ahead and dive into this whole speech that I got over here. This speech is what? Unplugging yourself after you have hit the corporate button. How do you learn to do this? Now you must see yourself. So you sit down wherever you are, doing a lot of chit chat, a lot. Ta, 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 ta. You have done it too much with the friends over there. You guys are farting, burping, farting, burping, doing all of that stuff. You understand? You are laughing at folks. You have been on on the news. You have been everywhere. You have watched people's marriages go down and up. You have watched celebrities, old celebrities marrying young women. You have watched young women marrying old. You have watched it all. You have watched the whole game movies. You have watched all these things. Hey guys, you have been entertained for so long. How do you know that somebody is still a child whenever you're speaking to them? How do you know if they are spiritually a kid? Some people are not even born. They are still pregnant with them. How do you know? I'll tell you why and how. You know this from them only speaking and wanting what's called laughter from everything they say, from everything they do. And you're like, man, this is a child. So how do you figure this out? Whenever a little baby is born, you have to put a little keys in front of the baby. And what did the baby do? It laugh. After that, put in the keys, you get something that shaker, shake. And then what does the baby do? And then the baby laugh. You gotta you wave it in front of the baby, and then the baby laugh. You get a dog, and then the baby gets scared. You get it, and then the baby cry. So listen, why does the baby laugh with the keys? The baby laugh with the puppet. The baby laugh with the card. The baby laugh with your fingers even. The baby's intellect has not developed to a sense where he knows that, huh? The noise, the actions that he's making is different waves, is different items, all these things. The baby doesn't really know. They're entertained by everything. And what the baby is supposed to know is mom is only waving it for her not to cry and make noise. So the entertaining is used as what? For this baby? A distraction to self. A distraction for mom to say, okay, now I can make you laugh and I can go ahead and go cook. You can be in this crib for a while and I can make you laugh and I can go ahead and go cook on the side. Do you see it? Boom. I'm trying to bring your awareness up. Hey guys, drink. Oh. So you meet these folks, you automatically know what is it. Hey, did you went to the strip club last night? Man, that stuff good. Ooh, it was so fun. And after the strip club, hey man, did you watch this show that came up? Man, it was so good. And then you laugh. Hey yo, next time let's go ahead and do this. And then they laugh. And then you look at them. The whole conversation they had for you for 3 hours was only about seeking laughter. It was only about being entertained by certain people's actions of stupidity. That's it. They never really have a depth of, let's speak about some kind of intellectual, let's have an intellectual conversation. What is that? So that is, business wise, let's discuss something. Let's discuss things that are going around in the community. What is going on? Even when you speak to them in their life aspect of things, they speak to you about how they bought some shoe and the shoe broke and how they fall and then they're laughing. And then you are like, no, that's not how are you conversating? You see, so this thing happened, and now I'm bringing you back again, pulling the plug. Let's not dive too deeper that you get lost. Pulling the plug. Now you have to see yourself. You're sitting down there, say, man, I've hit a plug. So how do I do it? How you do it? You look at yourself. Okay, I am always angry here at this job. I'm tired all the time. I don't know if I can make it. This is happening. I'm just I don't know what's going on, but I just don't feel like it. Let me just move forward. You are like, okay. Now you're sitting down there. This is hard. This is hard. I don't think I can do it. You are doing this, you are doing that, you are doing this, you're doing that. And you have to go ahead. Remember, the thing that you left before, you have to learn to go back to it. Your life that you left before, you have to learn to go about. Guys, when people are pulling this plug, some people who are still spiritually low, guess what they do? They want to go shopping. They want to go paint their toenails. They want to go ahead and do their hair. They want to go ahead and they have this notion, I have to go ahead and beautify myself, put my nails on, my hair on, and everything. And then you are looking at them like, no. What you must do is learn to organize your thoughts in the extension of yourself. So now you are saying, okay, myself that I was in this corporate world, I've hit the bottom, I've done things repetition over and over and over and over. Now that I'm about to move forward, organizing my thoughts means let that corporate world stay where it is. Now let me go ahead and say, where do I go ahead and open a business DBA? I said DBA was only for yourself, self corporate proprietorship. It was only like was how much? It was $25. Go and open one. LLC is $300 with the state. Go and open one. You go ahead, just that one simple step you did, great. You can go ahead and get your tax, how do you call it, their tax, Texas tax, whatever. Go out there and do this one. It's for the taxes. How much was $50? You go ahead and get it done. You see, and then you start to take this step. Once you finish that part, you're good. You got the name and everything. Now you have to learn, okay, I have to customers wise, my children, are they gonna, so you see all these things. Some people have even kids in their homes that put them down. Ma, why you wanna open this, man? Can you imagine? I don't wanna go there. Ma, why you wanna do this, man? Ma, why? This ain't good for you. Some people have children that literally put them down. I tell when I meet older women, they have children that put them down for what they want to do, and I said, what's going on here? The picture don't look right. You raise your child to tell them to be something better, but once you hit the bottom, they are telling you you cannot go do this. No, grandma, still like my fleece jacket. Grandma, I still like my net jacket. It makes me feel comfortable. Okay, I still love to wear hats so big and walk around that everybody is like, whoa, who is this? I remember I had lady that used to be around our corner, and I used to go there and buy, like I think it was like an ironing place or whatever. And I think last time I went in there, they were good. It was small business. It was getting close, I guess, because all she was older and the kids were, nobody was coming to the store. The kids have grown and everything. You see how the kids did? They got rid of their mom and dad's business. Whilst they could have said, wait, my mom still make hats. Let's go online and make an online website for my mom. Let grandma still stay at where she is. She like to make hat. Let her do it at home. But now this time, I'll take a picture and post it out there because it's family business and it must not leave our home. When you start leaving things that your grandma did, your grandpa did with their hands that used to really stay at home that help you all, guess what you are doing? That the part of self is called it's called self. That family trait, that family self thing, you have deleted that part of self from your generation, and it's not good. It's not good for you because now your kids, your grandchildren, they're going to be enslaved to the corporate world. They're going to be enslaved to big businesses. And yes, the rich will always get richer because of this ideology. Why? Because once you found out that folks are scared, they are living in fear for the sake of them having their own business, then you become a very rich person. But when you, as a poor person, when you found out that all those folks, they got up there because they were brave. Some did things that I don't know. They got it there, but you do it honesty. You follow this path and you will get to your place of success. You understand? You follow this path and you will get to your place of success. So pulling the plug, it starts with you one by one. You look at yourself, you say, okay, I've worked and given it my all out. Now that I'm giving 8 hours there, I'm telling you, you really don't have time to open your own business. If you think you got to go and do a whole other 8 hours for your business, you see, if you're doing corporate and that, guess what's happening? You are now having another plug in there. You see, so this is where the problem come in. You are about to pull this plug to put a better sensor You see, remember, I didn't put another plug. I'm only putting another sensor because you had a sensor, you changed to plug, and now you put in a sensor back in. That's good. So the sensor you are putting in, you are gradually going to build it up to be a whole big plug. So you start with the business, you continue to encourage yourself. You find, okay, what can I call? They said you now Alibaba or whatever this website, China. They said wherever that can manufacture this can help you. You see, in United States, what's the mistake? They go to other factories, other countries to go and make things whilst their kids are at home. They could open a whole big company facility that people could have sit down and sold out things. They say, well, because when you open a factory in the United States, guess what they do? You are messing up the ecosystem. So because you have to burn the products and all these things. So guess what happened? You're not able to open it and bring trash in this country. I guess. So they let other countries open their business and do throw away their trash in the other countries so that all we do is just buy already made, we wear it out and we are good. And what's happening to our kids? We will always get stuck at the cycle again where the education system gets stuck. Why are you repeating the same cycle over and over and again? How does this play into your life? It brings what's called debt. Debt. You know what debt is? You're now in debt to others to help you make things. That's it. Drink. Mm, this is too sweet. So, you now in debt to others. Meaning, because you have advanced yourself thinking you are a tertiary consumer, you don't want no debt. They say they don't want nothing in their country and everything. You are now in debt to the primary consumer. The primary consumer, because they have done it so much and have learned the ways to do it better, when they are advancing, they advance rich, they advance solid ground, they advance in a place where they are primary, they are secondary, and they are tertiary. The three aspect of things. So they never lack anything. They always have whatever they lose, they have it. So that place, money never leave. But here, money can go down. Debt can arise all the time because we are tertiary. Means we have to go always pay somebody outside who is going to get the testals. After getting the testals, who is going to cut it? Whoever cuts it, guess what they do in the other country too? They want you to come and buy more. They'll make the shirt and they don't even fix the neck. That's the problem I had. I ordered product from China. The product come real pretty and everything, and they messed the whole neck of the product. The whole neck of the product. They made it. It was almost like as above, so below. Let me put it that way. That I pay all this money to them, and they come up with the shirt. They tear the whole shirt, the neck off the shirt. And so once one wear, even though the shirt is pretty, around the neck is all destroyed. So I'm like, wow, okay, I guess. So you have to literally be there. You see my life. Wherever I go, I have to literally be like, okay, this is why I'm telling you, stop it. You understand? You have done too much. And that is this. You have to learn to do it on your own. So I had to say, okay, now I do it on my own. You have to learn to do it on your own. Learn to appreciate yourself when nobody's appreciating you. Learn to be your own doctor if nobody people are thinking that your pain, your level of pain is you complaining around. If people are thinking, start doing these things. Be your own, cure your own self. Start doing things for yourself. Start planning things for yourself. You see, how do people rake money from this country? So easy. When they call, when you call them, because you are tertiary, right? You are up on the top. How much is it to do a plastic bag? You tell them, they tell you, oh, it's $1,000 because they have transfer the money into your currency. So you have made them triple 15,000 richer back there because of them transferring to your currency. But when you transfer it to the currency, you broke. So that's where we have to sit down and say, it's time for us to do things for ourselves. You don't have to do it all, bring all the trash back. No, no. Certain things that help our country too, that we are putting our money in there, must come back. How do we buy? Let me not go there. You understand? They can continue to make all the parts over there, but come put it together here so that your children can at least learn how to do it. We have engineers and they climb and say we are going to another country to go and work over there because that's where the factory is to put it together and come back to United States. I'm like, who is doing this to these kids? Who is doing this? Because it's cheaper over there. Listen, it's played upon your eyes. You taking it here is cheaper over there, right? But after you finish, you have to import it back to sell it to your people. So you sell it back to your people. Guess what's happening? Who is going to lose? Your people are going to lose. How's your people losing? They're now paying bigger amounts on it. You went there, all right. You have to bring the product back here. The people pay bigger amount on it. So the people are losing. You're also losing on that part. You see, you are not really winning big. So how do you literally win on this aspect? Find something that's done in United States. Find something that you buy at the at that lower end that is here, and you'll be able to put it together here. You see, so that you cut these costs and all these things. That's how Amazon makes its money. It became big because he found out this thing. That's how all these big corporations, that's how they learn this. They make it big because you find out oh man, see how the process work is so simple. But you sit around and you look at folks and sometimes I'm baffling. It's like, wow, how come? You know? But like I'm saying, I only have I actually I have something in mind and I'm quiet about it, but after that I'm done. You see, I'm just done. Nah, whatever. You know, I just have something in mind, but now I'm done. Whatever. Okay. So this is what we have to all sit down and say, there's something that we have to do. There's something that we have to take care of. I said, looking at yourself, looking at your lifestyle, looking at what do I like. Some people that I met, I love art, but I don't know. You love art? Do you paint? Yes, I paint, but nobody is going to go ahead and look at it or anything like that. Said, man, but I love art so bad. I used to walk in one of the hallways at work, and the hallways had a tiger and a lion paint. And it's like the tiger and the lion, they were fighting paint, and it has like red fiery at the back of the paint. And I saw a sunwheel crane, and then it has all keys around it, was green. And I walk every time I walk around this whole hallway, I used to technically look at this art, and I will stand there, guys. I will stand there and just stare at these things. And I try to, I'm like, man, these things are speaking to me. So later on, I wrote my book and everything, and I feel like I woken up, and it's like everything that was on the wall was for me. I was like, wait, It's like, this is so weird. I don't understand it because it's almost like me looking at my art, but it's not me that painted it. It's weird, guys. It's the weirdest thing. It's it's just weird. Okay, it's almost like I'm having my architectural work that I'm drawing, and I'm like, wait, but things that I draw is out there, but it's not me who draw it. How does that work? So now seeing yourself, how is seeing yourself? Now is the time you are like, okay, let me start by taking simple steps, appreciating myself, loving myself in a way that I say, okay, I also, this job that I'm working, how did the person start it? They started by doing this, they went here, they did this, they did this, one step at a time. You continue, you continue, you continue, you go out there. Don't go. This is the mistake a lot of men make. They're going out there to open their business. They think the only way they can go out there and open their businesses is also to go and flirt with other women, to deceive other women, to get other women to spread their message and language around. And I'm looking at them like, that's their business gonna go down. Why? Because the women are going to think you want to be with them, sleep with them, and they're going out there to do what? You're going to sleep with them and be with them, that they will go out there and literally destroy you, saying that you flirt with everybody. So your business is not going to succeed. Yeah. So let's come back to the spirituality part. So where did they went wrong when they started saying that forgive and forget? So people were doing the same thing. A cycle was created. Well, folks were doing the same thing, and they always going to the church to say, "God help me, so that forgive me, forgive me." They are going there for forgiving me, forgive me, but they're not going out there remembering what they did wrong, and they must not stop. You see, I did this experiment with my own brother. Every time, God forgive me, and I don't, something like that. He had this beautiful words that he always say, and he would say it, and I was like, wow, this is so cute, this is so amazing. But he was doing something. He only prayed for forgive, 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 but he was not looking up to, okay, I did this yesterday that was wrong, let me try and fix it today. No, he wasn't doing that. He only forgive, 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 but continue his wrongdoing. So I started pointing it out, say, okay, how do you change it? You see, how did the some preachers made a mistake on this was, they were pointing your mistake out without not giving you a solution. Just like my brother was doing the forgiveness, but he's not remembering his wrongdoings to do what? To change his step on the next aisle. So he was stuck at the place of only like that 1, 2, 3 shelf step on the left, that he was not literally improving itself. So almost like things started to separate. When you do this forgive, forgive, and you're not getting no results, it means you are not remembering your wrongdoings to surpass what has been holding you back. You see what I mean? Let me do it again. Back on the other side. Let me do it. It's saying this: whenever you are going into the church, forgive me, God, forgive me, God. You said forgive and forget. I forgot and I did it again. Forgive me, God. I forgot and I did it again. What is it? Forgive me, God. I forgot and I went there and cuss everybody out. Forgive me, God. I forgot and went there and did a whole bunch of stuff again. Oh, really? Hmm. And then you go to the preacher, and the preacher is also telling you, God will help you. God will be with you. Say thank you, Lord. Everything gonna be all right. God is there for you. God is gonna be with you. Forgive me, God. And guess what? You're gonna be all right. That's how the preaching was going that time. That's how those that really don't, that's where it was going with us. So now listen, the person preaching, asking God for forgiveness, going to the person who is telling you you are going to be forgiven, but between these two there was no solution that was created in the problem over there. So this is where the preacher have hit a button, stop, and the sinner, or let's say the person coming in, I don't want to use sinner, okay, let's use another word, the visitor, okay, the visitor coming into the church, guess what, they now also have hit the button. So now this is where the problem come in. And I tell folks, so on the other side with the preaching and the you going to the church, right? Because you rely on faith so much, right? Okay, so you are here. I'm going to also give you the example of the one that is in between, that do the church and do the job, where they also hit the bottom and how they have to move forward in the other video. But let's do this with the goer, the church goer who has hit the bottom, okay? And then the preacher. Let's do this. So these two have hit the bottom. How do they see themselves? The solution was never given. The solution of, hey, brother, since you know things are not going well for you, let's sit down and talk. You need what's called counseling in a church. So the counseling part, the church was supposed to hire that. I'm not sure where it went. They have put the counseling with the education system with the government, but there's no counseling in the church. So some bigger churches learn this process. So they tell them, come and tell me your sins. That's where some bigger churches learn this. So as a church, you have to have a solution. There's a counseling solution. You see, when you go to the counseling solution, people always think you have to go inside, a little corner and the person comes to you. It's almost like an arc. Why? Because the judge is always in the arc, and the judge has to be put in the box so that nothing. Still, it's guys. I can go all day with this thing. How the coaches work. So the judge have to always be in the box so that he can hear you from the other side. The churches are always supposed to have a judge in the church, a counselor in the church. The judge is the counselor. They're supposed to be in the church. So you sit around, you say, who took it out of the church? And the judge that I'm telling you, saying judge this, no, it's not a judge, it's an advisor. So every church was supposed to have an advisor. So you sit down there and you tell yourself, what's going on with these folks? What's going on? How do you know that you are the right church? If your church have an advisor, a counselor, you are the right church. Yes. So the preaches all right. God is gonna be there with you, everything that you need and everything. But we have a counseling and advisor over here at the church. And what do? They literally sit you down and tell you, so how is life? How do we go about it? You can come see the counselor. The counselor must not, guys, I'm going to tell you guys this. This is where things get a little bit up there. The counselor must not work within, the counselor must not be from that place like that. Yes, they have to be hired out to come into the church. You see, this is what I was saying. The counselors that are out there, psychologists or whatever, a lot of people are like, I have a psychology degree, but I don't have a job till I get a doctorate. I'm like, man, let me tell you something, sis. You are at the wrong business. Why? I got a psychology degree, but I gotta wait till I get my doctorate before I can become a psychologist and before a hospital or anywhere will hire me. I'm like, man, let me tell you something. You're not finna go for 4 years, you're not finna go to 4 years. You're not finna go to 8 years. You're not finna go to 10 years before you can get a job, baby. You went the whole 9 years. You understand? You did too much, and you got kids at home and all that stuff. You know, before you get a job, man, he said, yeah. So I gotta work here for 10 years. I know somebody who worked at the place for 20 years, and after the 20 years, before she was going to get a counseling degree, and it wasn't even a doctorate; it was a regular BS. So I was like, oh Lord, that's on some bull, you know. Look, when you get this psychology degree from the bachelor's and all these things, you could have gone to the church and tell them you are going to you is there any way they need counselors in the church? They said they have to have it. It's in there. I don't if there's a church in the United States that don't have a counseling team in the church, that church has to go down. I'm telling you. You know why? Because it never served the purpose of the people that were in there. It's almost like having a courtroom with no judge. Yes. You have the warden all right, preaching it all out, yeah, sitting on your right, but you don't have a judge who really listened to folks' problems and said, okay, I think you should, let's do this. Let's do this. And it will help. Okay? Try this. You see, a lot of people are coming to the church. And when they come with their issues. Yes. Because why? Corporate world cannot help them with their issues. Education system couldn't help them with their issues. So when they come in there, you're preaching to them, you're gonna be good, God is gonna be with you, believe in yourself, you can do this, you can do this. All you did was talk and gave them advice. You talk and talk, right? You preach to them and you encourage them. That's what you guys, most of them did. But they did not send the person to the counseling part of the church, that the person was supposed to sit down and say, well, I'm here today at the church because a lot of stuff are not going right in my life. And then the judge or the counselor, the advisor is supposed to say, well, how do we start this, Ben? Or how do we start this, Nina? Some name like that. Nina, how do we start this? Well, we start this by what I'm gonna do with you. You say you're looking for a job, you can find some. Okay, that's good. What we're gonna do, you have already, let's pray about it. You went to pastor, everything is good. So this is where I'm gonna advise you. How was your other job? My other job was really bad. This what's happening with me and everything and all that. Okay, sweetheart. So what you must do next is, if you have to go out there looking for a job, what I would advise you is, try not to do the things that you did in the past from the other job. You understand? Try to do this and do that and do this, and you become better. And this can help you in the sense of, um family wise, is going to help your home, is going to do this, is going to do that. But they have this website that they offer, right? Try it to see. And look, you can look over here. They offer some jobs in the community that, if you like it, you can take a look at it. But if not, let's sit down and talk. How you gonna do this is every single day, get you a little paper, write this down, that's where the counselors was supposed to come into the church and do what? And give their due diligence, to the churches that they go to. I see a church that have everybody in there. It have nurses, it have doctors, it have counselors, it have everybody in there coming there to the church to listen to the preacher, but nobody is given anything with the church. Meaning their degrees and stuff that they got sitting out there talking away and all that stuff. Guess what? They don't give even 1% of it to the church. A lot of people say give Caesar, guys. Push. Let me throw this in the air. Let me get up real quick. Somebody got me fired up. A lot of Let me get up and speak to you guys. A lot of the churches that I was going to had all the doctors, the accountants, everybody there, the stars. They got it all in there, but they only come and listen to preaching. When it says give 10% Caesar, what is Caesar? What belongs to Caesar, give it to Caesar, guys. Twist this, hey, guys. The name Caesar, guys. Go back to ancient language, okay? Turn that thing about. Oh God. Hey, it's only talking about the business aspect of your life. The business aspect of your life. At least share a small percentage, 10% part of that business aspect of your life with faith to help others. So how do you do this? You have a business of, well, you have a degree in counseling or a psychology or something. Well, they are saying, well, I don't have a license to practice psychology because I have to have a doctorate to get a license. I don't know how they do it. But guess what? When you are with the church, guess what you do? You have the degree, all right, but guess what? You can say, okay, we are advisors. We only advise you on certain things. Certain things like we don't advise you to go kill. No, that's bad. We don't advise you to go get a divorce. No, we don't do that. We only advise you on how you can go ahead, take a look at things in your life that is not serving you right, how you can change it. Maybe every single day, things you must follow manners wise, because a lot of people that were going through all this suffering and everything, manners wise, they were, it was, things was happening in their life because manners wise, they were not there. You understand? Elevation wise, as a manly standard, they were still lacking that. They see anybody, they disrespect. They see women, they talk anyhow to. Just people are walking around pissed. Or it's like too much. Okay, so that's why church is supposed to have advisors, and they were supposed to have advisors in helping these young men and women coming up to broaden their aspect within the aspect of themselves through the Bible. You understand? Where you sit one down, it's almost like one on one. Okay, so what you can do is this and that and this. You know what? We have a friend that does this. Let me go ahead. They left their phone number here for somebody to call if they need this. Let me go ahead and help that person. You see, and then we will connect you with him. He can actually help you. Hey, brother, if you want to leave your number there that you're willing to help somebody, don't be so rude to the person when they call you. You see, and if you are a manager, you guys are hiring at your job or something, this is where you say, oh man, we really need people at my job. You can tell these folks that they should go ahead and apply at this job over here, and let's say they will go ahead. Yes, I'm telling you, I was walking around and I'm seeing the connections, and the church is not connecting with the people enough to connect with the jobs. For nobody was talking to each other. Everybody was running around separated. How do these folks run? Separated. You understand? So divorce everywhere. Divorce. Everybody was divorced. I said, oh my gosh, we gotta get these people to get married. What's going on? Everybody's divorced. You understand? So where I'm going with this is, if you are a church and you don't have a counselor or an advisor booth, well, after the church, you don't really have to be after the church. Put it on, let's say, a Wednesday for you. Because listen, this is how a lot of churches were losing. They only were opening on Sunday and, let's say, Bible study on Monday. They were not opening on, okay, we have Sunday, all right, because you have built that whole building. The whole building is sitting there only for one day, Sunday. Come on. This is where you say, I built the church, is there, all right, but the church must go on how many? Let's say on Wednesday, what do we do there? So every day somebody is in the church. The church is an ongoing and evolving place. If you have your church as evolving place, guess what? The church never goes down. You never lose money. The church continues generation upon generation upon generation. You get a whole culture of that church because it's a church that is an ongoing place. People come there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 24/7. That church now can actually even make its own laws and rules because what? People, it's an ongoing place where people come in, day, night, 24/7. How do we increase this? How do we change this? How do we fix this? It almost like it's you're looking like almost like a business, but you're not a business. And then the government now see that you are doing good for the community. Children are coming in. Yes, but I feel like how I was looking at the churches, they were not cycling themselves. They were stuck at the place where, because they're not doing the cycling upon themselves, what happened was a lot of the churches went down and the kids start to go with other churches. Now, rules, those people that knew the cycle went ahead and make it. But some people even made their church based upon rules that you have this rule before you come to my church, so you cannot do this. That's wrong. Because now everybody say, if I want to be part of this faith, I got to shave my hair bald before I can be part of this faith. So now what do? Nah, I don't want to do that. Why? Because people, it's part of us to be free. Freedom is always part of every soul. It's part of every being. So you're always going out there that I need to be free. So when immediately somebody is coming to you to seek faith in salvation, when you restrict them from from something outside of them, guess what they do? They resist you. They don't want to come to you. They resist you. They stay far away from you. And then now they want to go back and dig. Why you don't want to do this? Why you go? No, 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 no. No, that's where you get it wrong. You invite everybody to the church. I don't care, because the church is, I told you, is for people that are feeling fall, that have fallen in certain places. So when you have to do this, you let everybody come in, but create an advising place, a place where those that are for those that need help can go in there and speak, talk, sit down with somebody that's going to help them. So they come to church, all right, dance it off and everything, but they go to counseling too. And the counselor must always, never, ever, ever be shown. I'm telling you, the counselor must never, ever, 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 ever. The judge, must never, ever, ever be shown when it has to do with faith. Why must you do this? Because you want the person that come to the church to feel comfortable and not say that I feel as if the person that's sitting there yesterday listened to my problems and they are willing to go ahead and spread my problems around for everybody to know that I got issues. Did you hear that? So this is what certain people made the mistake of. They made you come in and tell your sins and tell the bad things you have done. You see, that's where the mistake come in. But it was not for that. It was for come in, let's help see where you go wrong and how I give you a suggestion on how to fix it. But I don't tell you to go kill nobody. You understand? That's where it comes in. You see? So you have to know that the judge, the counselor, the advisor, if you're going to open small counter churches or whatever, you must know that person his face is not supposed to be shown. So they have to be hidden, right? And if they're going to be shown, they must not have anything to do with the church. They have to only come in there that you as the church, you tell folks, we hire advisors that come in here and go. They are with they come and visit us and they help us. But remember, they have nothing to do with us that they tell us your problem after church. You have to say these things. You understand? If you want to show their faces because they're doing good and they can counsel others on how the enlightenment process is. So that part of the let me tell you guys, the part of the counseling and advisor part, that's when most of folks, I don't know how and who and when, is people start saying is the prophesizing phase. I prophesize. No, let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you guys that became like the prophesizing because now remember the English have turned it that way. English have turned it. Let's drink, guys. Let's drink. I have to drink some water, guys. English have turned the word telling you it's called prophesizing. Prophet. Okay. How did the word prophets even come true? So let me give it to you what it really means. Ancient language and stuff. The word prophesizing. You are speaking in advance of somebody's life according to what you think you see around them. I can prophesy to anybody that comes around me just from how I'm looking at them. Do you see that? I can do that. And I can use my dream and then what happened to them and tell them about their future. So your prophecy is always around you that anybody can tell you what it is going to be, just that you don't see it. You are blind to it. So you are like, how do I do this? How do I do? By your prophecy, everything was around you. You understand? So you are sitting there, oh, how do I do? So this is what the English word has made folks think this way. How did the word come in? You are prophesying. There's a prophet in there. They said, oh, I'm a prophet. Guys, I'm a prophet. You see how the words is changed? I'm a prophet. What is a prophet? Gains. Tilt the gains up. Whenever you are playing the music, a song, or anything, when the gain is up, it's a little scratchy. You understand? It's a little clear. When it's down, it's a little scratchy. It's a little clear. When it's on a channel, a movie, or whatever, that it's black and white, too much chisel in there. You are going left and right. You don't know, right? That's what's happening. Profit. There's gains in there. What is a gain in there? When you people go to see the prophets, A lot of prophets wanted gains. They were saying, I prophesize in your life because this is going to happen. And then you have to give your what? Money out. Because you are like, well, they are able to tell my future. The same prophecy and the prophesizing and all that stuff that we're able to tell future. When you go around it, in another culture, gypsy culture too, they had the telecard or the reader. You call that person a prophet size too because they can tell your future. You see how the culture's done it. Somebody does it by telling you that this. Somebody also does it by preaching. Somebody also does it and be able to even tell you, I will give you. The law can even prophesize your life for you. What is it? What is the prophecies of the law? They have already given it to you that if you go ahead and go smoke marijuana and you got caught with marijuana, you're gonna be in jail for 6 months. That's a prophecy they already put in your ahead of you. So if you go and do that, you're gonna catch that prophecy. Guess what's gonna happen? Your gains, you're gonna lose it. You understand? You're gonna lose your gains. So prophecy always went with gains. And who gains it? Who is going to turn this gain up? Who is going to go ahead and turn this gain button up? When he comes and prophesies to you, guess what? It's his job. He's telling you because you don't know how to do it by yourself. So now he tell you, and now you go ahead paying to him. Oh, prophet, let me give you some money. Can you profit this? People get addicted to wanting to know their future because of the spirit of fear, the spirit of descending down. They will lose. So they always want to see their future to see so they don't fail, they don't lose. Meanwhile, if it's already done this way for you, guess what? There's nothing even for you to see in the future. Just continue your life. Wherever you're going, he's going to take you there. Whoever that has died for you will take you there. Your steps that you're taking right now, it will help somebody else. You understand? So, meanwhile, because you don't know how to do it, you went and see a prophet. So the prophet got to get some profits and some gains. Yes. You understand? Meanwhile, the prophet is supposed to work in the church with the preacher. Where the prophet is supposed to sit you down after you have been preached to. The prophet symbolizes almost the counselor, the advisor in the church. That this advisor or this person is able to tell you, okay, this is what you must do and all that stuff. But the prophets, most of them were guys. Some people are saying to people, oh, you're gonna be killed. Who prophesies something like this? You're going to be killed tomorrow. Huh? You're going to be dead tomorrow. Who does this? Are they God? Isn't the Bible? What did the Bible tell you? What did the Bible literally told you about things like this? He told you one thing. He said this. The Bible told you. You must, yeah? You must not commit a crime. You must not kill another man. Now, I'm going to tell you how when you are going to be a prophet, prophesying to people that they're going to be dead, you have killed that person's soul. It's like somebody pointing a gun at you and shooting it, but the bullet is not coming out. Don't do that. You, as a prophet, you encourage people in life. You prophets, all right, and everything, but whenever you see this, you tell the person, be careful about your journeys. Be very careful about the things that you are doing. Don't go ahead and tell them you're gonna die tomorrow. You're gonna kill them. What kind of talk is this? You're not a good counselor. You're not a good advisor. You're not a good um you're not. So as a prophet, you have to watch the way you speak also to folks. You see, so the advisor or the prophets have to be in the church. You see, but this is where everything went wrong. Because now the prophet realized that he can make a lot of money because he can prophesy to people. People always want to come to him to hear their futures. So now, how does he make a whole lot of money? He separated himself from the church, that the prophet is on the side and the preacher is on the side. So this is what's happening. People are like, I go to church that prophesies, oh. This one say, hey, I only go to church that talk to me, oh. The church is separated. You have separated church going on where the preacher is out, the prophet is out. Now we don't know where the singers are. The singers are now in Hollywood, where everybody is showing their butt. Instead of them having their own, almost like purple. Let's do a whole purple carpet. Let's give a purple carpet to all those beautiful to all those singers that were singing gospel. Let's give them a purple carpet, but we want to give them a red carpet. You know, it's like you think about these things, you're like, wait, this is how the state was able to come into the church and make rules and regulations for the church and tell the church, if you don't follow me, you are going to be in trouble, because its culture gained strength, courage, because it learned how to do a lot of cycle within its culture. When the church cycle did not know where to go, because the church cycle did not communicate with itself. It did not communicate in a cycle where everybody was together. You see, some pastors don't talk to other pastors. Pastors who are preaching of faith don't talk to another pastor. Prophets don't talk to this prophet. Why? You're gonna take all my people from my church to your church. It's almost like having four churches on one strip, and this church don't talk to this church. If you go to this church, you don't talk to this church. You're looking at them like, you three are here because you gotta serve the community. What's wrong with you guys? You gotta serve the children in the community. What's wrong with you guys? You are sitting around here not talking with each other. You went to this church. It's all for only old folks. Man, the stuff that I heard. I'm telling you, this is only for old folks. This is for only young folks. This is for only. You guys have separated yourself for the state to come in. But meanwhile, the state have already said it. It's separated from the church. So the church, the rules that comes from the state should never have nothing to do with the church. Every rule that came from the government should have been slashed. No. Why? Because we have our own laws that governs us, and our own laws is always to seek salvation and freedom for the person that's in front of us. One, the person can know, I don't want to do this because of my faith. My faith tell me this. You have to respect that person's faith, because it's two different cultures. But when it was conjoined, the problem came in because what happened? The state always want to overrule the church because it sees the church as being so soft, the church being feminine, and the government system being manly. It's always manly. In the government system, it's always manly. They never have anything about feminine. No, it's manly all the way out. You understand? The church is feminine throughout. No, let nobody lie to you. The church is based upon a woman's aspect, a woman's vision of how a man is supposed to be. Yes, Don't let nobody tell you that. The woman's vision of how a man's supposed to be. The government system is only for a vision of a man of how a woman is supposed to be. But if it can't give you the vision of how a woman is supposed to be, it now they twist it in a way that it wants a man to be like a woman. That's wrong. You understand? That's wrong. So this brings me back to where I'm trying to teach you this. And that is, let me get some water, I'll be back. So this is where this come in. And that is the woman, go ahead. This is what comes in. The woman's vision, right? How the church is supposed to come up, right? Is this. It was supposed to have a counselor. The woman is the judge, is the advisor. Whenever you are waking up spiritually, she follows you, she teaches you and take you through your enlightenment process. A lot of cultures beg for this. God, please let the judge come so that the judge can take us through our enlightenment process to see where we are. So cultures did know this. When the judge come through, the judge only take you guys, elevate your mindset to a place where you now stand and say, okay, this is where we are now. There is still hope. We have gotten to this level. We can still continue. Yes. So in every cycle, it comes. It's always like that. Whenever your enlightenment process comes, it happens. The things that was not good for you, you have to get rid of it. The things that have been holding you back for so long, you have to get rid of it. Now you are moving to a place where you are going to almost be, you have become a man by yourself. You have become manly by yourself. The world have ascended from being a young boy to being a grown up, and it's a level of cycle that never ends, and it always continue. While we were babies, we were kids, we came up, we be grown up, and then we go forward. It continues. It's a cycle that never ends. You see, so once you find this cycle, that's where you say, okay, I'll make my culture upon it. But remember, the cycle must continue. So your culture always start with three at the top, three at the bottom, two in the middle, right? It's an eight. Three at the top, three at the bottom, two in the middle. Okay? It's an eight. So you always create an infinite. And whenever you create this thing, it's also an S. Okay? You use an S mode, you get abundance of life, abundance of everything that you wanted to do. So this thing continue to happen. So you see, in this lifetime, like I told you, I have my little, let's put it this way, my little box over here. I have my apple here, you know. I have my book. I'm writing my black book here. You know, I have this. Yes. See, so another lifetime, if I come back, guess what? If I'm teaching you now, if I come back, it's going to be, that's how it runs, because we are advancing our intellect. So we will leave this cycle where maybe you're not gonna see me anymore. I'm not gonna see you. But my life will go ahead in another cycle. Your life will go ahead in another cycle. Okay. So remember, the church is not supposed to have a pulse in it. It's not supposed to have a button that has been pushed, that it stands itself and then it doesn't know where to go. It means that the church have been frozen. The church assets, the church rules, the church have been frozen. If the church is frozen, there's a problem. There's a problem. You understand? When the church freezes, it's a problem. because now the man is going to try to overcome the woman in the world. And guess what? I will tell you an hundred and I will tell you 360 degree wise, it never work. Yeah, it never work. Why? The man can never overcome the woman. Why? You know the answer. I already gave it to you. Life must go on. The woman bears a child. The woman continues life for it to move forward. Cultures evolve out of the church, out of faith. People's life become better out of faith. People stop saying I give up out of faith. People learn to come together out of faith. People move forward in what they do out of faith. So now, guess what? The rules that the manly system, the states, the government system always try to push over the churches, it never happened because the church rises up. You're going to see it. The woman rises up and come after the man. And what the woman does is this. He don't come after the man to kill the man. No. Remember, the man was coming after the woman to destroy the woman 24/7. But the woman only come after the man to teach the man to be better. Yes. It's like you came to kill me. You came to destroy me. But guess what? I will use my sins. What you saw as me being wrong, me being bad, me looking horrible, me being me, everything that you saw of me that you said I'm not worthy of, that you think you can put it on me. Guess what I do? I will use all that to teach you that you were only a little child of mine and you need to grow up. You see that? The woman, the faith only comes in to teach the man that he was only a little boy with that emotion that he brought to her. Yes. Let me turn this light on. We live. The woman only used everything that man brought to her. The pain, the sweetness is in your marriage too. It's in your childbirth too. Your husbands that you meet, your boyfriends you meet, they come at you because they want you, they want to be with you, they will be there for you, everything. And you guys go into the battle where you guys have to produce a child and everything. And then the child is coming through the world. So the same thing on this planet. You understand? The man was supposed to come to the woman and destroy her. Oh, she's this. All these things come to that woman. The same cycles also begin where a lot of people that were superior was trying to overcome folks that had no voice, that were inferior, that were low blows. All those people that were on the top trying to eat it up. You see, what it was a war. It's a war that happened in the whole world. Where in the you read other tests. This is what I let me tell you. This is what's happening. All of a sudden, superior against inferior. All of a sudden, inferior against superior. It's a war. It was a raging war where this one is going after this one is going. So what's happening? It means that the low dogs are now coming up. So the tables is called the table is turning. When the table are turning, is a shaker. It shakes the world. Earthquakes happen, things happen, people shake, people get up and walk. People say, mm, this is wonderful. Yes, because what's happening? The tables are turning. The world must increase its intelligence. We must all rise up. We must not stay in the mindset, the lower conscious mindset, where we're putting each other down. We are now saying, I see where this was going. Now is the time that I must take a right step that can help somebody else. Now is the time that I can say, okay, this is it. I'm almost there. I got this. You see? So it's almost like the tortoise is coming. The tortoise is in the sea. Remember, the tortoise is in the sea. So it's coming, it's floating. It has not landed on the land yet. No, it's still floating. You understand? The tortoise is still floating, but the cat is still in the ship. You understand? The cat is still in the ship. The tortoise is still flowing. The bat is still on top. This is a saying, a proverb that I'm telling you. So it's still flowing. The ship is still flowing. It's coming. And the tortoise is coming. You see? The ship thinks it will get to it's out faster. But the tortoise, even though it's slow on the land, when it gets to the sea, it's actually faster. You see? So it's coming, all right. The ship is moving, all right. But who gets there? Think about it. They both must get there, right? They both must get there. But whenever they get to the stop, they find out that what the tortoise was only holding in its shell was just what? It was only the key for the cat. What the tortoise was holding in its shell was only a key, just a keys for the cat that was on the boat. The cat that was in the box, the slowy tortoise, only had the keys for that, to set that cat free. To tell the cat, you have been a pet for too long. It's time to get out of the box. You understand? Because cats, real lions, don't sit in the boat and watch over the sea and see how the waves are rolling. They don't engage in it. You understand? They get out of the boat and they experience things that are in the forest. You don't stay in the boat every day, here, 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 here. You don't make that sensor stop for you. The sensor that has been plugged in your mind for so long, you must not let that sensor die in your head. Pull that sensor out. Pull that sensor out and plug a different one. One that's going to say, I, lay your hands on your chest. I am somebody. I I am here not because I choose to. I am here because I am moved by the Spirit. I am moved by the spirit of resilience. I am moved by the spirit of resilience to get to my destiny, my destination. My destination might not look like what you think is supposed to look. But I am here to get somewhere. And I'm not giving up till I get to that place. You see, a lot of folks are going to say, oh, you are just a lot of talk, 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 and not doing, 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 doing. This is the problem folks have because their mindset of how you're supposed to run your race, their mindset of how you're supposed to be and where you're supposed to be, that's what got them where they are, standing behind the curtains looking at you. So you move in your own confidence. You tell folks, you're not going to race me to the finish line. You move with intellect. You're not going to come here and say this. Now that you set me free from the boat, when you get to the land, don't let nobody on the land tell you this is a title for you. You used to be on the boat. This is a title for you that you used to be what? Plug in the system of suppression. You used to have that, you are the first. You see, this is wrong. When they go ahead and say you are the first, they attach good to negative, they attach negative to good. And you are standing there with a bad title, the first of becoming from the poverty to richness. What the heck? They don't even say things like they want to use color, things that are negative, everything that drains you down. They want to use that to say this is your title. Meanwhile, at the back, if you're looking at it, that same title, if you're giving to a child, they decline it because they're gonna ask you a simple word. Well, who's the last? Uh-huh. You see, don't go ahead and if you get to your finish line, make others feel inferior when you're not there. Don't get unplugged from the system that you are about to plug something in. You're about to be a good preacher, a good prophet, that you start going around deceiving folks just because you knew how to prophesy, just because you knew how to preach. Don't go out there and make others feel that they're not worthy of. But learn to go out there and say, okay, you know what? We all have our differences. Some people might be a military preacher, and I love it. Some people might be a preacher of encouragement, and I love it too. Some folks may be this. Yes, because we are all in the business of helping our children see that we have a solid foundation of faith. You understand? Gosh. We have a solid foundation of faith. And the education system button will be stopped somewhere. But they always have a place to come back to that never also stop. It continues. And when they go there, they can come here and they can find themselves to still move forward. You understand? You can go here, get your education system, but you can come back to the church and you can still move up with your faith. You can still hold the light and continue your race. You know, like I said, folks get to 65, they say, I hate retirement. Like I literally hear this. I don't know, after retirement, I think I'm going to die. I don't know what to do. If I retire and I go home, I'm going to die because I don't know. I'll be bored out of my mind. I don't know what to do. I'm looking at them and they are working. Some people are working, shaking, doing all these things, and they are scared to retire. They are holding on so bad to the job. No, I don't have no. Hey, guys, it's scary when I used to see this. I see older women, some of them holding on to the job and they are 65, 75. So it's just because when I leave, I'm gonna retire and I'll stay home and the money is not enough and I will stay home, you know, I will stay home. The money is not enough and I've hit the bottom, retirement. And I don't know what to do. Nothing is in my head. I cannot be anything else. I was only working this field. And you sit down there, you are like, and this is me, like literally crying inside, like, wow, who does this? You understand? Who does this? This is very painful to literally go around and hear stuff like this. And I said, this is very painful. You understand? So, mama, don't wait till you hit 65 and say you are retiring. And even if you hit 65, mama, that's not the end of your life. Who said it? That's the beginning. It's time for you to dance. Grandma, it's time for you to dance. It's time for you to let go of your worries because guess what? You don't have no kids coming up to you telling you, Ma, I gotta go get some milk. I gotta go do it. Hey, no, forget these children. They have done it. Now that you are this age, look, let me tell you, it's not over for you. It's just the beginning. Why? Because now you have to say, wait, I want to open a beautiful business for my grandchild. How do I do this? I love t shirts, right? You go ahead. This my retirement that I'm in. My business is only for my grandchild. You know, I used to be a butcher's granddaughter. My grandma used to sell pork feet and chickens and all that. I used to be a butcher's granddaughter. You understand? So I butchered stuff before. And all she always said was, this cold store is for you. This whole fish store, I'm making it for you. And I was like, oh, okay, grandma. I loved it till, every day I'm like, after school, I have to go cut my pork feet for those people that will come in and buy the chickens. People can, hey, and we had students that came from London and everything that was on the side of they had a campus and they will come. Oh, they're from London. They come and see me cut chickens and pork and I'll bag them and I'll give it to them and they will go. It was the most funniest thing ever. That time it was life, but I love it because it's my grandma's cold store. My grandma have her own business. You see how proud I was with that business. I was the one that go ahead and get my signboard and I'll go and take it and put it in front of the house. Perseverance, the cold store is called Perseverance. Perseverance cold store, and I'll put it out there. I'll look on the left, look on the right, and I'll be happy. Yeah, my grandma sell chicken and pork feet, man. I'm the one that cuts it. And when people come, man, you cut it real good. Yes, ma'am. I get excited about it. So, grandma, when you get to 65, no, open something with your grandchild. You see, they'll say, "Oh, grandma used to make net sweaters, so beautiful." Grandma, open it. You get your grandchild, and they continue it. Grandma, when you're gone, that child holds that business in place. Love it. The grandchild will continue it. So even your daughter that's in the middle, if they don't care about the business, you did it for the grandchild, right? What's happening is now your daughter is going to run around trying to help you here and there too, but your grandchild later takes over. So listen, it's going to help your daughter that's in the middle. Why? Because the grandchild, if they need anything from the mom, guess what? They really don't. You have taught them independence. You have taught this child how to follow a path of business without even relying on her own mom. You see, you are unplugging something out of your life. So don't just die straight. Don't just leave this face of earth so quick that you did not plan nothing for your great granddaughter. Some people, listen, how the system was set, some people did not get the chance to work with their hands. Yes. How the system was set earlier, some people did not get the chance to have vocational skills. Yes, and this was terrible. So when I met some folks, they said, I don't know how to do anything with my hands. I was like, wow, you don't know how to do anything with your hands? Yes. I I only knew how to do hair, and they are 65, and I'm looking at them like, yeah. So can you do hair now? Oh no, my hands, my knuckles, and everything, it hurts. You see, because you didn't get a trade background. You see, when you are going to do these things, guys, get something that when you do, even when you get older, you can still do it. You can still perform that action. Painting is one of them. Good. Sewing is one of them. Good. Okay. Writing a little book here and there is good, but your eyes will later on hurt. Playing the piano, learning to make, grandmas make the best beats. Did you know that? Grandmas make the best beats and piano. When you teach them how to play the piano, they can sit on there and play it all day long. And the songs they make is so beautiful. Why? Because they have come through almost like a whole line of music that played in their head 24/7, that some of them were not able to produce. But guess what? They hold on to these things. So when they play on the piano, it's beautiful. And you, as a grandchild, you could have recorded that. Start making your sales to everybody. Oh, my grandma sells beats. You see, do these little things. My grandma knit. My grandma sell necklace. Something small. A home. Look what happened to these folks. Young women were coming up and saying, I put my mama in the nursing home. She has a this thing. I put my mama in the nursing home. I don't want to deal with my grandma. I put her in the nursing home. Let somebody take care of her. Some people are saying, well, because he has they have Alzheimer's, they have this disease. So yeah, it depends, right? Because you have some of them needs real care. But if your grandma don't need no care and grandma can literally function and work and do all these things, you are at the right place. And you grandma can be the best prophet for you. You understand? So let's pull it out. One, we have already learned that the faith, there's a button in there that will stop. But if you have an advisor in your faith, in your church, in all that stuff, who's advising, it continues. Yes, it continues. And if you have that, is I tell you, don't create something and always forget about the judge in your business. Don't The judge stands for the advisor in your business. Don't create something in your world and always forget about the judge, because at the end of it, the judge is the one that has to really move you forward. If you have forgotten about the judge, the advisor, you're not caring for the advisor, you're not paying attention to the judge, you're not doing anything for the judge, you have worked your advisor to death, you are in trouble. Why? Because whatever that you created will not succeed. It will come down, it will fall. Okay? So I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. I'll end this one on 133. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.